Hi there, Matt Zavidal here, and I'm really super excited to be bringing you this training. It's going to be all about traffic generation, which of course leads to lead generation and to sales and success and making money and all that great stuff. So what I initially told you up front was that it was going to be a 7-day series. As I began putting the material together and thinking through what I would teach you based on my own personal experience of being online for a number of years now, actually over 10 years. It's amazing to me I've been doing this long. But uh, what I found out is that I want to keep these relatively short, these videos. Now, they're not going to be little 30 and 60-second sound bites, so I just want you to know I'm going to be teaching. If you're looking to be entertained, I'm really not an entertainer. I love to goof around and have fun, and I'm that kind of a person. It's amazing how many times I meet other entrepreneurs, and we really are lazy people when it's time to be lazy, right? We love to be lazy and kind of goof around and have fun and not do a lot of work. But when it's time to get to work, we put in the time and we do the work and we get serious. So this is going to be work time, okay? Yes, there's a time to have fun. But if you're looking to be entertained, look, that's going to be maybe somebody else that will do that for you. I want to teach you things that you can leave these videos and go do something, or at least have a thought or an impact on your mind in terms of what's possible for your life, okay? That's how I think I can best be of service to you in bringing to you what I know. Um, you know, but we'll have fun. We'll have fun. Like, for example, I just saw a movie the other day that I can't believe I never saw before when I was a kid, called The Super Cops. It came out in 1974. Let me put it up here. If you haven't seen this movie, or if you have seen it, you got to go see it. The Super Cops. Go grab that. My brother and I, when we were kids, we used to watch all these funny movies that we loved back then, like Fletch Lives, Police Academy. We'd watch them dozens of times, right? Memorize all the funny parts, and then we'd bug the people around us by referencing all those quotes and laughing, and they have no idea what we're talking about. It was just really annoying, but he and I liked it. And we still do it to this day when we get together. But like I said, there's a time to have fun, time to do, that kind of stuff. But I'm going to really focus down on how I can help you look at this business, whatever business you're in, or maybe you're in the business with me already that I run, and we're talking about getting traffic, okay? There's going to be a couple of things I'm going to do in each one of these videos. One's going to be some mindset stuff. I'm a firm believer in personal development, that we've got to always be kind of retweaking how we think, because it's so easy in this world to get negative and listen to negative stuff and go down the road of unbelief, right? Where we don't believe that we can actually accomplish this. And it's important to kind of recalibrate our minds in the right direction. So the first thing I want to bring you is from a book called The Magic of Thinking Big. I don't know if you ever heard of it before. If you haven't, I would check it out. Let me just read you something. In chapter 2, he talks about a disease that he calls excusitis. And he says here that if you study the lives of successful people, you'll discover this: all the excuses made by the mediocre fellow could be, but aren't made by the successful person. Once the victim of this failure disease has selected a good excuse, put good in quotes there, right? A good excuse, he sticks with it. Then he relies on the excuse to explain to himself and others why he's not going forward. And each time the victim makes the excuse becomes embedded deeper within his subconsciousness. Thoughts, positive or negative, grow stronger when fertilized with constant repetition. At first, the victim of excusitis knows his alibi is more or less a lie, but the more frequently he repeats it, the more convinced he becomes it's completely true, that the alibi is the real reason for his not being the success he should be. So procedure 1, he says here, is in your individual program of thinking yourself to success must be to vaccinate yourself against excusitis, the disease of the failures. So why do I read that here on a traffic/lead generation training? Because there's an excuse out there I hear all the time that, I'm going to write a couple of these in here. I don't know how, right? No one taught me. I'm too old to learn this stuff. I've even heard I'm too young, which is an amazing in kind of the internet world. There's all kinds of excuses. I don't have time. Okay? I mean, listen, if I thought that way, I would say to myself, look, I don't have time to make this video for you, right? but I carve out the time when I'm in my work mode and I'm in serious teaching mode, and I'm going to share with you some things that can help you. So basically, let you know who I'm not talking about or talking to on this series that we're going to move forward with. I'm not talking to the person who, for some reason, doesn't want to increase their income. Maybe you love your job so much that you wouldn't want to do anything else, and that's cool. If you're a lawyer, office manager, chef, whatever you do and you love it and you have no desire to make money online or make a part-time income, that's cool. But for the rest of you that are watching this video, if you want to see how I was able to quit my old cubicle job and that I really did personally hate, and now I work 100% from home, it's all because of what I'm going to show you, and I'm not going to be able to show it all to you in one quick soundbite, like I said, or on one video. We're going to have a process here we'll go through together. And I want to share with you a vision, most importantly, of where I'm going next with all this information and how possibly you can fit yourself inside that vision and get all your goals for your future accomplished. That's the whole idea. So let me break down, first of all, who I'm talking to, and then we'll get into a little bit of training on how do you generate traffic online. Basically, I'm talking, some people watching this video, you might be an affiliate marketer. Maybe somebody who is working to make money on Amazon or eBay or ClickBank, these types of places, right? And then we have the person who might be an MLMer. You're in an MLM company. You're looking to build a team. You're looking to, go deep, all that kind of stuff. And then we might have someone on this call or on this training that is completely brand new. Maybe we'll call them newbies, right? So no matter where you sit right now, it's cool. Okay, as I go through this, realize that there's something here for you, and you can turn this information into income on the internet. And what does it mean really to be a newbie? Think about it. We were all newbies at one point, right? My background is I was a musician. I came out to California in 1993, and I played throughout the 90s in different 2 or 3 different bands around the Hollywood area, playing clubs and having a lot of fun. That's my background, to be an internet marketer, network marketer, coach for folks who want to use the internet, right? Well, I came to the internet about 10 years ago. I was in sales eventually in the early 2000s, and after 9/11, I was let go immediately. The company was all afraid that nobody was going to buy, and we didn't know what was going on, right? And I eventually got into another job that I really didn't like, kind of a cubicle job, and I finally went to the internet looking at how could I work part-time, replace some of my income, and eventually go full-time in using this, right? So if that's you, great. I'll teach you how to do that, where you can eventually get out of the job you don't like today and move into working on the internet full-time. Or maybe you're in a job you love. Like I mentioned, my dad's a teacher. My dad was a teacher. And that's why I love teaching. I grew up in that environment. That's why I like coaching and teaching. And he loved his job. I know if somebody came to him, 20, 30 years ago when he was still working and said, hey, do you want to quit your job and go do something else? He would have said, no, that's not for me. I don't care how much more money you can make me. I love what I do. He loved his job, right? But maybe you love your job, but you just need more money. Maybe your job just isn't getting you where you want to go. Because we all know in a job, you've got a certain amount they pay you, and then you hope at the end of the year you get a bonus. You hope at the end of the year maybe you get a raise. But with internet marketing part-time, you can give yourself that raise, okay? So what does all this have to do with traffic? It's got a lot to do with traffic because there's so many moving parts online that you need to learn this kind of step-by-step and get some concepts in your mind first. So let's jump into a little bit of that as we go forward here. Basically, what I want to teach you today is something very simple. Very, very simple. As we go through on these videos day by day by day, it's probably not going to be every day, just so you know. I want to give you some time to assimilate this information. I know everybody's busy, and maybe every couple of days or every third or fourth day I'll be putting out a new video and taking you step by step through this. But the first concept here is just that you really have to work on understanding the numbers. And this was something that was never explained to me in the beginning. And I wish somebody had taught me this 10 years ago when I first got online. It's almost like people are afraid to talk about it because at the beginning, especially when you are new to this, or if you're in a network marketing company and you're just getting that started, or especially if you're an affiliate marketer and you start to realize how much traffic you really need to drive to an Amazon offer or a ClickBank offer to make money, it can seem daunting at first. But these are the numbers and you can't hide from them. Okay, so I'm going to tell them up front to you so you know what you're facing. And then as we go through here with further trainings, we'll start working on how to build yourself up to those numbers. So basically, here's kind of the ratio. Basically, online, if you get 1,000 visitors to see an offer, whatever you're selling, whether it's a network marketing opportunity, whether you're selling a product like an ebook, whatever, you get 1,000 visitors to see what you're talking about. If you get, say, 2 to 3, maybe 4% conversion, you're doing well. Wow, really? So only 20 to 30, maybe 40 sales out of 1,000 visitors to an offer is good? Yes, it is. And why do I tell you this? Because in my coaching, I coach so many folks who they gotta say, Matt, I sent 50 people, or I sent 300 people to this, and nothing's happened yet. I'm not getting any results. And nobody has taught them up front that, look, you got to get at least 1,000 people before you can actually say to yourself, this is working or it's not. It just kind of, the 1,000 eyeballs, so to speak, to an offer, the 1,000 visitors, it kind of levels out the numbers so that you know for sure you've actually got a winner or a loser, okay? So that's something to take into effect there. Please understand that. If you've sent 10 people, like maybe you've got a little blog post up about something, or you've got a Facebook page, or you've got a Twitter account, and you've sent maybe 15 people over to your capture page to try to get some leads, or you've sent 15 or 20 or 50 people over to your network marketing store or something like that, and nothing's happening, you're not failing. Please understand that. You're not failing. You just haven't gotten your traffic numbers large enough to where you can actually get some real metrics and understand whether it's working or not. That's the biggest thing. Let me write this down. You are not failing. Okay? You're not failing. You just don't understand the numbers yet. And you don't understand how to get those numbers bigger. All right? That's something I'm going to help you with as we go forward. But that's the biggest kind of mindset thing in terms of the marketing I wanted to get across to you today, is that these are the numbers. Same thing when, let me go a little bit deeper before we end today's call, and we'll get into more into this on the next video, but when you're trying to get opt-ins, when you're trying to get leads, whatever you want to call it, to a capture page, okay, and you show that capture page to about 100 people, okay, out there, depending on the niche that you're in or the industry, anywhere from 10 to maybe 25, maybe 30% opt-in rate, you're doing well. That means, if you got 100 people that saw it, and 10, 20, 30 people put their email in, became your lead, you're doing well. Okay? And if you start out the gate and you got 5%, 2%, okay, you're not failing. Okay? All you're doing is you're getting data. You're getting data. That's your job as a marketer, no matter what you're doing online, is you get some data. Now, I've got data. Now what? Got a date, right? Don't tell my wife. I've got data, okay? Now what? Now all you do is you look to improve. That's all this is about. And I'm going to show you this stuff as we go forward, okay? I just want you to understand, I talk to so many folks that just think they're failing. All they don't know yet is the numbers, okay? So if you take anything from today, number one, no more excuses, please. You can do this. Whatever your goal is, whatever your dream is, whatever business you're looking to use this information for, to get traffic and leads for, you can do this. No more excuses. Work on yourself. If you don't have the Magic of Thinking Big or similar books, go buy them. Start reading. Start filling your mind with positive information. I'll keep bringing you more of this stuff as you go forward, so I'll help you with that. And number two, start getting more information about the data of marketing, okay, and the numbers. And it's just numbers. That's all this is. That's all this is. Okay? So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to, after you get done watching this video, I'm going to, maybe tomorrow, the next day, I'll email you, maybe a little resources email, kind of reminder of what we talked about, some follow-up information, maybe some thoughts I think of after the video that I think might fill in some gaps. And then maybe a day or two after that, you'll get video number 2. And I think I'll keep working along that way, just so I don't overwhelm you, of course, with too much information at once, but also make sure you're assimilating the information, kind of reminding you of what we talked about. And I'll tell you this, if you stick with me over the next week or two or a few months as I keep bringing you this information and we get deeper and deeper into how to get traffic, you will start to see success. We'll start getting into the specifics, of course, of using social media specifically, some specific tactics, what you do, how to set up all these different types of pages that I'm talking about. If you're a newbie, like I said, and some of this stuff made absolutely no sense, it's okay. I will start backing up some of this stuff in terms of getting simple, then getting more advanced. You will start to understand this. I promise that, if you stick with me and keep moving through it. Okay? So that's going to be video number 1. Hope that was helpful to you. If you have any questions as I email out some of this information or follow-up data or follow-up resources to you over the next few days and so on, feel free, if you got a specific question, to just kind of hit the reply button and ask me. I will tell you this, it's getting harder and harder for me to reply to all that stuff personally. But I try to do it as much as I can. If I can't, keep with me on this basis, because I will take some of those questions I get. If I can't always have time to get back to you personally, I will address some of them more in a group setting like this, where I put it on the training video. Okay? So let's keep going. Keep your mind positive. Know that you can do this. Know that you can start making money online and either make just extra money or eventually move into a full-time position where this is all you do. And this is all I do, and I love it. I just love internet marketing, network marketing, building teams, helping people, and we'll keep moving forward on this. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the next video.